front of any aggressive push. His entrying is what set up tabseN to succeed today. And he said that just based on the way tabseN walked into the server, the way he got up this morning, they had belief in him popping off. So let's see if tabseN can do it twice.
Oh, the crowd is live right now.
And let's see if Renegades can hold their own here on the CT side of Nuke. Ladies and gentlemen, our winners best of one. Looking to get themselves a ticket in the playoffs early here on Friday. An opening kill to the favor of Renegades, but a favorable trade back from tabseN.
And the reset, the calm here as they recollect, figure out what the next mode of attack is going to be. Sicko in front of the hut. I think maybe spotted a shoulder, maybe not. But with that information, as insignificant as it is, they're not going to read too much into it. Oh my God, Malta, two beautiful, crispy, gushy USP shots to the head in Squeaky.
Tizian, though, finds a bit of timing. Could have been a quick sweep of Mini. Aye, but headshots from Hats and Malta shut things down.
The time to kill is so low.
Big could add a couple kills to the tally. There's a Deagle headshot from Tizian. But still, he could wrap through Mini quickly. 3 bodies outside. Tizian, another one. 2 Deagle Juandigs. Potential for a third, but Malta's M4 gets a bit aggressive.
Rotations late now. They're not even assuming that they need to drop or hoping that it was some kind of farce, but it's not. It is ultimately a lower take. Rotations now. Late responders here as the CTs come up to the ramp. Scout gets tagged all the way down to 31 HP, and another Deagle pops up in his face. Hats in a tough spot. Searson takes him out with the Scout, and that leaves Malta all alone. Now 1v3.
Come on, buddy. He's got 2 frags to him. Could go for the ace.
And
unfortunately, you know, if there was one step better for Big, it would have been getting their hands on the FAMAS and maybe taking down Malta's M4. So that's not a part of this. They'll still have 2 scouts and an MP9 as they hop and skip into the third.
Here he is, the #1 Mark Winther impersonator, Tizian, with the Deagle shots. Very nicely done. Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's what you expect out of Renegades, and Big have an answer for it. Tizian, kind of man of the action, is ready to go here into round 3 as well. Mac-10 out, doesn't pull off the vent drop just yet, but then gets away pretty cleanly. Nice double headshot into Dexter, and he's also got lower control. Or somewhat. There's still 2 CTs down here.
Yeah, Malta's trying to sniff him out, but he's gotten himself around the corner. Malta's in a big position. They don't know there's a player on the B bomb site, and oh, that would have been huge, but Tizian is making plays, whether that be digging bodies inside of lobby or getting into the mix down here on this B site, but ultimately it works. He upgrades himself into that M4A4. All 3 kills this round are Tizian's.
They look good doing it. They hold solid ground here with the amount of money they have. And with those opening matches, we got to see, it builds a storyline already. You know, we're still early into it. And I got to say, I feel for the desk. This is an insane, is one of the hardest tournaments ever to try to predict when it comes to the opening matches.
Right.
All of the roster changes, all of the break. For CT duel, INS.
Big burst. They're just going to look to trade train their way through Squeaky. Malta safely tucked behind the site. Ooh, thank goodness he recuperates the spray down, and a big peek out from Mini there from Hat. Just complete denial on this A bomb site. There you go, Renegades. Light on utility coming into the round, but Dexter's ready for the swung door. That is a second as they close the gap pretty quick.
Yeah, that's weird. It seemed the kind of strange. Alternatively, they could have been good counter utility that we didn't see. Wow, Searson making up so much ground with an AWP, and he at least nails that first shot. So Hats doesn't know where he's safe. Might be a good opportunity to try to attack.
That's a big one.
Yeah, outside ensues. Xanteris gets a duel and runs around through the smoke to try to wrap into hell.
And where there's another smoke blocking off Hats' line of sight. So Xanteris is going to take the high road. Hats beats him there. Oh, but he actually doubled back down. And Malta is the victim. Hats from above strikes revenge.
Where else would Hat be?
That's a good point, yeah. I mean...
Let that ruminate.
2 versus 5, turn 2 versus 4. Big not forcing the issue at the moment. So this does still give a chance for Renegades to maybe get themselves into the mix, but now that they hear that bomb being planted, there's nobody downstairs for the defense.
And maybe they're anticipating more smokes to come down, and that gives me my way out, because the first of 3 did go down.
Come on, leave him alone. They're chasing him, chasing for the frags. They really wanted to remove that op. Can he hang on? Seems so. They lose the M4, but at least the cannon added to the mix. Int survives.
Yeah, thinning the numbers down is good for Big in that in those exits, I think, as well. So okay, there it is. Xanteris get the second 2 kills after Searson makes.
I mean, listen, Renegades can't get around on the board.
Wait, aggressive forward control outside. The perfect response. We'll see.
Yep,
that maybe what they needed.
Maybe Sicko breaks onto the board. He will. But, I mean, a second too late, seeing as that would have been a 5 versus 4. He would have had support to deal with tabseN up close in his face. Now he's completely alone. And tabseN jumping around wildly, distracts long enough for Xanteris to best the oppers. So 4 versus 3 here for Big. Keto looking to make up for past transgressions.
It's tough. We look at the mini-map, we can see the remnants of the players that were outside. And that's a favorable situation for Big, just on the outside alone. So, and it only gets worse. Hats wants to hold on to lower, but he's also kind of playing in tandem with his players outside, because once they cross secret, his spot is now compromised, but now he feels unsafe lower because they don't have outside control. He goes back to check on his initial spot, which is ramp, and there's somebody there waiting for him. A great move from Big, but it's a symptom of the fact that the trades went their way early on.
Executed. Keto getting... Ooh, round's not over.
Okay.
If he had more than 8 health, maybe you could believe, but sure enough, a single shot from Keto is what takes it. So yeah, okay. He did stab Tizian in the back.
Because now they tried the, they've tried the passive setup outside. They've tried letting him into lower, rotating early. That's not worked. They tried to just get in front of the action before it ends up being a secret problem. That has failed as well. So if you're Big, you're like, well, open's just this point of exploit. We're going to keep going here.
Yeah.
Keep battering this wound, right? Just pour the septic acid all over this open wound. That's what they want to do with secret. But what are Renegades going to do about it? Do they have the antidote?
Well, I mean, I was expecting maybe something like this. Put a couple of players towards ramp at the beginning of the round, get into secret early. Like, we saw them fight for the red box, but we haven't seen them just play in it. But come on, Ince. Another. Right there. He's right there. Too many bodies. Tries to add damage to the tally. Timing for Malta as he gets Xanteris spinning inside of Hut, and boom! Just like that, Hat Steaks too. They must have tried to go down vent.
Yeah. Well, we know what happened, right? They went down the vent.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, he's just sitting there, yeah, just waiting for them, shooting them in the butt.
Oh, that one hurts. Throws smokes from just outside the lobby.
I like the thought process here. If it's that they're assuming that if there was an aggressive outside, they wait long enough, maybe that's the thing they're most scared of, then that's probably going to disappear after a while, so there's not going to be any CT smokes late round outside.
Sure.
Oh, Dexter, important position. SG, as the door opens, takes out Xanteris right away. He's also got support, can't fall back to his safe space, but Hats is left in a very secretive spot. He can also stop the plant. 3v2 now for the Renegades.
Done.
And he's still alive.
Yeah. Oh. They desperately try to sprint back into the bomb site, so be it. Searson gets a wallbang there, but that's it. That's Hats tucking himself away, denying the bomb plant, and picking up Renegade's 4th round. And op drops after time. Spray him down. Insult to injury.
It's a little bit weird for the CTs because they haven't actually dropped anyone lower. They're leaving outside wide open one more time. Searson's just making his way across, and like, they can't stop him. They get an opening kill on top of all of that, and there's no easy way for Hats to rotate in this spot. He doesn't have any info from his teammates, only that communication. I guess Sicko was passively watching outside, but he doesn't know anything right now.
Nope, tabseN's above him. Doesn't have an angle to clear, but oh, poor Dexter. He walks out of mini. Xanteris from above it. Crucial kill. We've had mid-round moments like this where Xanteris steps up. So now, extending the man advantage to tabseN taps and puts Malta to sleep.
I think they're falling apart just because of this. It didn't seem like after all of the clues about outside and how that's been causing the problems, that on this rifle round that they would just completely forfeit it, especially with the amount of numbers left.
Yes.
So I don't know why they did that, but it puts a lot of pressure on Hats where I think he doesn't deserve it. At ramp, when he has to decide how to rotate, no one's helping him secret. It also could be looked at as free kills, as well as a rotation.
Sicko was in here with an op at one point. Now he's found himself over here towards Hell. It's like he got in front of the smokes, waited, saw nothing, gave it up, retracted himself. Aha!
Okay.
But by waiting around, he pops out both windows, taking down Tizian and Searson, and giving them a man advantage. At that 20-second mark with Bomb just continuing to flop back into the open over and over, this is going to be desperate. Xantares, I don't even know if he can make it to a site in time, let alone deal with the CTs in his way, but here he goes. He sprints towards the A site, and there's nobody here to stop him from the back. Heaven can't get into it, and his molly does kill Dexter. That's huge. A 2 versus 2. And Renegades, they're going to be coming in from separate directions. One man outside Mini, and Hats on the flank. Sicko right into the Krieg. Keto, big play. Xantares' Molotov was crucial to kill Dexter, and now Hats finds himself, spraying the wall and clearing the 1v2. That is beautiful. Renegades, 7 rounds. They tie up big, and it's anybody's half as we move to the 15th.
And as usual, Hats is on top of things.
Welcome, Hats, to the Renegades. It's weird seeing this roster without Dick Stacy in the mix. That's big shoes to fill, big energy, but a big wall bang.
Given them nothing in the past that he went back to after being in a prime spot in secret. Run boost for the op shot. Sicko is prepared. Maybe that's why he likes that spot so much. Answer back from the T side in general. Taps and takes out his teammate Dexter.
But that is not here yet. Let's go. Ramp under contest. Hats falls back. Does have support from Hell, but he gets smoked off. So the information unknown to the CTs. 30 seconds left. These last 2 rounds have really boiled down to the final few seconds. And with the T's gathering inside of lobby, challenging that squeaky door, if Malta can kill Keto here, then he has completely cut them off from A. Oh, but he's wrecked! AK up close, then Terrace splits in through Mini. That's a 3-pronged assault, simultaneously taking down A, and what should be most certainly an 8th round for Big. Sicko's op that we saw at times not finding impact outdoors is left to clutch. This just isn't going to happen, so props to Big. 8 T rounds, Mohan, on Nuke. That's got to feel good.
It was a hard-earned half. This wasn't a beautiful half from either team on this map, even though it's a map they both play. Renegades should have looked better, I think, in general, but Big did a good job of exploiting.
Big plays. Here we go. Speak of the devil, taps in. Gets in with 2. Making quick work of the pistol players, then Terra's finding a frag, and this one just falls on its face.
Yeah, in the first round of the game, Renegades basically did the same thing with those very clean, very quick USP headshots. That's another one, Tizian. Wow, don't open the door on him. Not a bad position to be in. But Tapson gets that kill. Any damage dealt. I mean, CT rotations are heavily into lower, right? So, but like they're not playing anyone outside, which is interesting. So that means like Heaven Wrap is probably the most appealing position for the T's, but they don't have all of the info. They're gonna make some guesses. They do make it into Heaven. First kill comes out, trades to follow, but Keo has done a great job. 2 for 2 is just fine. It's obviously not gonna be the easiest retake, but it's probably better than it could have ended up. They're still potentially on for this.
There is timing. That could have been the big one, but Hat does come out with the kill in the end. So yeah.
Big had figured out that, once Renegades had figured out that they can get up the ladder.
We got big flags out there too. On plant, this was the key one. Boop. He's gonna need some crisp headshots here. Oh, but they've done enough. They've hold them. And Hats has wind of the first one, goes ahead and mollies Keto, but he sprints past this. Oh, it touches his heels. Yikes. So he's heard and put down. Now, a rotation to A seems tempting, but Tizian at the top of that ladder shuts down any thoughts of doing this, so they are going to be turned back to the B site, and still, they do not know Xantares is here. They're concerned about ramp, understandably so, but it goes unchecked, and a double kill from Xantares is enough. He even gets the third. Big, holding down B.
The honorary German. That's nice. I think his spot worked so well because of the amount of time it took after all the rotations came in to take attention away from him. They spot one at ramp. They think maybe he's the first rotator and that no one else has come in just yet. And Xantares has gone silent for almost... Doesn't take any additional damage from the Molotov. Wow, Xantares nails that spray right through the smoke at ramp. Flash to come out. Will he come out with a re-peek as well? No one is going to challenge, although I think he was right before that flashbang hit. And now he'll have time to run.
Yep.
As a good ramp player should try to get down the lower fast.
He got to stick around in that fight just a bit longer because of that flashbang denying Dexter. Like, Dexter was in front of his teammates, ready to pounce. Solar Flare blinds him. Now Tabson's starting to add another to the tally. Xantares welcomes the challenge, denies Malta any movement, and a potential clean sweep here in the 21st round. He hits him with that shot, and then pops his noggin.
Nice.
13-8. Sick round from Xantares there for ramp control.
Yeah, and the ramp outside cohesion is a lot better, it seems, for Big than it was for Renegades in that first half, so that's a good sign as well. But yeah, it's
all on his own here.
Basically, yeah, he's just doing this by himself. Yep. I mean, he's controlling the situation. He's taking a lot of duels, but look at them. They're all 1v1s. They're all very safe.
Don't give it to him. Yeah, but, you know, let's do my choice. Later. Tabson, come on, man. Just finish this. We all know what's going to happen, and that is Big booking a ticket to the playoffs if they keep this pressure up. Renegades not even being given a chance to breathe at this moment. They couldn't even get past the base of the silo.
Yeah, we just got the stare of death from Maniac. So he makes his way over to the desk, realizing that this map is about to come to a close.
Yeah.
He's got to get in a position. But potentially here in the 2v4, we'll see what Renegades can do. They still have an op. I don't know if they have knowledge on Tabson or just if he's left yet or not, but they can better believe he's hungry because he is. Pearson's making his way to their side of silo to kill them in their own yard.
Yeah.
You go to my house?
Yeah, get out of here. Gobble it up. Xantares ready. Come on. What do you got? Just one. Map's not over just yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Renegades looking to fight tooth and nail to the very end. They pop out the windows. They will walk into Tabson. There could have been multiple bodies, but now Hatch is alone, throwing the smoke. He is unprepared for the peek. A door swung and a frag traded. That's crucial. Keeps it even. 3v3 with ramp control in the back pocket of Dexter, but he gets challenged by 3 players. Wow. And again, we're just going tit for tat. Frag for frag.
Yes.
Bomb planted and a post plant that should favor Renegades. Malta ejects from decon, runs all the way back around towards double doors, and a smoke blocking off windows is key.
These smokes are huge. There's only one choke point left.
Oh, he's gonna go through it.
He goes through the smoke. They're not gonna clear this.
Oh my God, he does come back and still gets killed. Malta, best of luck, but it's done. Big, they smell blood in the water and they chomp down Renegades here in this second half. What a showing. That is only the second round that they had to win by way of defuse throughout the entirety of their CP side. That is just frags after frags, big plays after big plays. Props to Big, the first playoff team here in Leipzig.
Yeah, you know, there's egg on Maniac's face like we all like to see.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when he's the funniest, when he's down. But there's also egg on my face. I was the one who thought that Renegades, based on their last map, would play a lot better.
Sure, I said the same.
Yeah, they